You know those days when nothing is terribly wrong, but you just feel off? You're scrolling, you see something annoying, remember one embarrassing moment from 3 years ago, and suddenly your mood quietly drops by 30%. You don't cry, you don't explode, you just feel heavier inside for the rest of the day. We act like happiness is this huge, complicated thing. Need a perfect relationship. Need more money. Need a different life. But your brain doesn't actually work like that. Your brain runs on tiny signals. Little electrical and chemical switches that flip in seconds. And that's the whole point of this video. You don't have to fix your entire life in 24 hours. You just need a few 15-second habits that send the right signals to your brain. Today I'm going to show you 3 brain tricks that can make you feel noticeably happier in about 15 seconds. Not fake. Pretend everything is fine happy. Just lighter, calmer, a bit more hopeful. Enough to change the direction of your day. Most people wait for their mood to change by itself. Happier people nudge their brain on purpose. Let's start with the first one. Brain trick number 1, the 3-word mood switch. Most people do the exact opposite of this first trick. They feel bad, and they immediately push it down, distract themselves, or drown in it. They think, I'm just in a bad mood, and let that mood run the entire day. Your brain hates vague, blurry emotions. Vague feelings keep your threat system, the amygdala, active. Clear feelings let your thinking brain, the prefrontal cortex, take over. So the first 15-second trick is brutally simple. Name what you feel in 3 words. You literally pause and say, out loud or in your head, I feel sad, tired, disconnected. I feel anxious, pressured, overwhelmed. I feel lonely, bored, restless. That's it. 3 honest words. It sounds too small to matter. But here's what's happening in your brain. When you label an emotion, you're doing something called affect labeling. Studies show that simply naming what you feel reduces activity in the amygdala, your fear/alarm center, and activates your prefrontal cortex, the rational part of your brain. In simple language, your brain goes from, I'm drowning, to, I'm noticing the water. And the moment you notice instead of drown, your brain already feels slightly safer. Safer equals happier. Now, add a tiny second step to supercharge it. After your 3-word label, look around and name 3 neutral or good things you can see right now. For example, I see my bed. I see my hands. I see the sky out my window. Or, I see my desk. I see the light. I see my phone. If there's something positive, even better. I see my favorite mug. I see a message from a friend. I see sunlight. You've just done 2 things in under 15 seconds. You told your brain what you feel, so it doesn't have to stay in panic mode. You told your brain where you are, safe, right here, in this room, not in some imaginary future disaster. Is your whole life fixed? Of course not. But that heavy cloud in your chest? It almost always gets just a little bit lighter. And that just a little bit is huge, because moods move like dominoes. Brain trick number 2, the 15-second tiny kindness spike. Most people chase happiness by asking, what can I get? More money, more validation, more attention, more likes. The problem is, your brain gets used to getting very fast. What gave you a 9/10 happiness hit last month barely moves the needle now. But your brain has another path to happiness that most people ignore. What can I give? Your brain is wired to reward connection and kindness. When you do something kind, even tiny, your brain releases oxytocin, connection hormone, serotonin, well-being, a bit of dopamine, reward. You don't have to be a saint. You just have to nudge your brain. Here's the 15-second trick. Pick one of these and do it right now, or next time you feel low. Send a 1-line appreciation text. Hey, just wanted to say I really appreciate you. Thanks for checking on me the other day. Reply honestly to someone's story/post. This made me smile today. Proud of you for doing this. Leave a kind comment on a small creator's video. This helped more than you know. Keep going. Say something kind to someone in the room. I love how you always make the room brighter. You've been working hard. I see it. That's it. 15 seconds. Most people think, I'll do this when I feel better. Happy people quietly flip it. I'll do this so I feel better. Why does this work so fast? Because in that moment, you step out of your own head. You stop staring at your own problems for a second. You remind your brain, I am not useless. I can create good feelings for someone else. That tiny sense of being useful and connected is pure medicine for your nervous system. You know that warm feeling you get when someone sends you a genuinely kind message? Your brain gets a smaller but similar hit when you send one. No one sees this as a brain trick, but it is. You're literally using your social wiring as a happiness button. And here's the emotional part. A lot of the time, the person you messaged needed it. You feel better. They feel better. The world is exactly the same, but your corner of it becomes softer. That's 15 seconds well spent. Brain trick number 3, the body first reset, smile plus posture plus breath. This is where we usually get happiness completely backwards. Most people wait for a good mood, and then they sit up straighter. They smile. They breathe deeply. Your brain, on the other hand, is listening to your body all the time. If you hunch forward, stare down, breathe shallow and fast, your brain quietly assumes, we're not safe. Stay on edge. If you open your chest, slow your breathing, soften your face, maybe even half smile, your brain assumes, we're okay. It's safe to relax a little. So the third 15-second trick is a tiny body reset. It has 3 simple steps. So the third 15-second trick is a tiny body reset. It has 3 simple steps. Fix your posture. Fix your breathing. Fix your face. That's it. 15 seconds. Let's break it down. First, posture. Right now, notice how you're sitting or standing. Are your shoulders rounded forward? Is your chest caved in? Is your head hanging down toward your phone? That position is what your body does when it's tired, defeated, or protecting itself. Your brain notices that. For the next 5 seconds, do this. Gently straighten your back. Roll your shoulders up, then back, then let them drop. Let your chest open just a little. Imagine a string lightly lifting the back of your head. Don't force a military posture. Just more open than you were 5 seconds ago. Second, breath. Stress makes your breathing shallow and fast. Happiness and safety slow it down. For the next 6 to 8 seconds, inhale slowly through your nose for a count of 4. Hold for a second. Exhale gently through your mouth for a count of 6. Just 1 or 2 of those slow breaths is enough to send a signal through your vagus nerve that says, we're safe. You can calm down now. Third, face. We think our face shows our emotions, but it also works the other way around. Your face can change your emotions. Psychologists call this the facial feedback effect. If you unclench your jaw, relax your forehead, soften your eyes, and then add just a tiny, gentle half smile, your brain gets a quiet message. Things might be okay. You don't have to fake a big, cheesy grin. Just a small, kind expression like you'd give to someone you care about. So here's the full 15-second reset. Posture up, slow breath, soft face. You can even repeat that sentence in your mind as you do it. The magic isn't that your life suddenly becomes perfect. The magic is that, for a few seconds, you step out of automatic stress mode and back into your body. Your brain is constantly checking. How are we sitting? How are we breathing? What does our face look like? And it uses that information to decide how you feel. Most people wait until they feel happy before they sit up, breathe deeply, and soften. You're going to flip it. You'll sit up, breathe deeply, and soften so that your brain can feel a little happier. You can do this trick before opening a difficult message, right before a call or exam, when you feel an anxiety spike, or randomly in the middle of your day, just to reset. 15 seconds. No one even has to know you're doing it. Now, let's put all 3 tricks together. You don't control everything that happens to you. You don't control every thought that pops into your mind. You don't control every emotion that appears. But you do have these tiny levers you can pull. Name your mood plus name your surroundings. So your brain stops drowning and starts understanding. Send one tiny kindness out into the world. So your brain remembers you're connected and you matter. Reset your body, posture, breath, face. So your nervous system gets a clear, we're safe signal. Will this turn every bad day into a perfect day? No, but that's not the point. The point is, instead of falling 10 floors down in your mood, maybe you only fall 3. Instead of staying stuck there all day, you give your brain a rope to climb up a little. Happier people are not always living easier lives. They've just practiced these micro moments of control so many times that their brain knows how to come back to okayness faster. I want you to remember something. You are allowed to feel better without fixing everything first. You are allowed to feel small moments of happiness even while you're still figuring life out. You are allowed to be kind to your brain. So here's what I want you to do next, and this part is important. Don't try to master all 3 tricks perfectly today. That's how people turn self-help into self-pressure. Instead, choose one. Maybe you'll practice the 3-word mood switch every time you feel heavy. Or you'll send one tiny kindness message every day for the next week. Or you'll do the posture breath face reset every time you open your phone. Pick the one that feels easiest to remember. That's your 15-second promise to yourself for the next 7 days. Right now, before you forget, decide. Okay, for the next week, my brain trick is ____________. Fill in that blank. And if you want to make it real, tell me in the comments. I'm choosing trick number 1, 3-word mood switch. Or trick number 2, tiny kindness text every day. Or trick number 3, posture, breath, face reset. I actually read those. And it genuinely makes me happy to see people choosing to treat their brain better. You don't need a perfect childhood, perfect relationship, or perfect future to start feeling a little lighter. You just need a few 15-second ways to talk to your brain differently. If this video gave you even a 5% lift, imagine what will happen when you actually use one of these tricks every day. Thank you for spending this time with me, and more importantly, for showing up for yourself. You deserve a brain that feels like a safer, kinder place to live in. One tiny moment at a time.